Hello guys, today I will tell you how to do operator overloading from non-member functions. So I will tell you wait a while. So non-member functions are the functions which we write outside the class. So now I will going to create a project. I will click over there, then I will name it operator overloading. As a non-member function. So I will create one next, and I will create an empty project. So the project is ready. I will add a cpp file which I will name as source file. So in this I will implement all my work. So I will create a class of sum again. So here I will create a class of sum. So now what I'm gonna do is that I will definitely include all the header files which are necessary for a function for a program. Connew.h and then using namespace std. So first of all I will make it as a parameterized constructor. So here I will create some private objects. I will create private data members that integer real and then imaginary. So in this program I am going to add real parts of two objects and imaginary parts of two objects, and which I am going to do through non-member functions. So I will pass here two integer values, and I am going to simply create a display function here. Now as the thing is, I am doing operator overloading through non-member functions, so I have to use my get method and set method. So void set real, from there I will pass integer which will set the value of real and then imaginary, and in it I will pass another int which will set my imaginary. Similarly I am going to return my real from set and get methods, and then I am going to get imaginary part. So what I am going to do is this simple thing. So first of all I am going to now here I will create the operator function. So first of all sum is that thing, and then I am going to create, as it is non-member function, so sum operator, as I am going to use plus operator, so I will pass not one sum, here I will pass two sum. So in another program in which we were doing operator overloading from member functions, in which I write this function as a member function in which I have passed only one argument in it, but in non-member function I have to pass two sum in it, means two argument I am passing to it. So similarly I will go here, and then I am going to initialize the values of it. What I am going to do is that real and 0, then imaginary is 0. So here I go, then I am going to pass two integer real and integer imaginary. Then in real I am passing r, and in imaginary I am passing I. So this was the simple thing. So now I am going to write another function void, then name of the class, and then I am going to set real. So I am passing int r, so in which real will be equal to real, which value I will pass to r will definitely set to real. So now similarly I do this for imaginary, so int I, and then imaginary equals to I. So now as I am going to return in an int, so I will get int. So as this function is only returning me an integer value, so I simple write it imaginary, and it will return me imaginary. So I'm not passing any argument to these functions. So now I will get real. So similarly this will return me the real. So what I'm gonna to do is that now I will define this function in this part. So sum as it will, and then operator plus sum, for example a, and then sum b. So now this is a tricky part, as it cannot access any of these things. Now you can not directly access this because it is outside the class. We cannot directly access its data members, private data members, because these are encapsulated in it, and this is non-member function and it cannot access the private members of the class non-member function. So how to set it now, that's the point. So now I'm going to do, so I will here create a class sum which is temporary class. So now I will write here temp dot set real. So now I will create a bracket over there, in which what I am going to do is that a dot get real. From there this will bring the value of the real part of the sum object of class sum. So now b dot get real, and then this, and then this. So this will set the value of for real parts. Similarly I am going to do the same thing for imaginary part. So now I am going to set imaginary, and what I am going to do in it as a dot get imaginary and plus b dot get imaginary. So what is going here, return temp. What is going here, as this, for example, as it has a value integer and it has a value integer which is going to set in the real, and similarly a dot imaginary has some value of imaginary part, and similarly b has imaginary part. These values will be plus and will be stored in the temporary object, and I'm returning a temp. So now I will include the header file of sum.h and then main function. So I'm going to create two integers, integer r for real and integer I for imaginary. So enter the real part. Imaginary part C in I. So now here I will create an object of sum, for example s1. So now I am going to set the values are for example I have created s1. So these values can be set from two methods, which is this can also set the values through parameterized constructor. And we can also set the values by simple calling the object, write s1 dot set real, or I will set r, and then I will s1 dot set imaginary, and I is passing in it. So I am going to remove it. So you have to do from this. As I have set the values of the sum as one object, I have created an object of class sum. Object of class sum. So you set the values from the set method. So I simply do the same thing for another object. So now I am going to set the values through parameterized constructor R and I. Both the things have the same purpose. Now sum s3, as this function will return me something, so I am going to s1 plus s2. So now this is the parent object from which we are calling the function of operator by operator overloading function, and this plus will call the function of operator overloading here. So I have to pass two sums, so these two sums are passing into this. So as we indicated that sum and sum are two sums, so sum s3 equal to s1 plus s2. So the method for both the non-member function and member function are same, but the function of writing is different. So now s3 dot display, and it will display me the things. Now get ch, and then I will debug the program. So sorry, it is showing me some error. Let me solve it. Wait a while. So it is showing me error, so I am going to go there, as I don't created the display function. So I am going to create first of all display function. So now the real part is the imaginary part is. So this was the thing which was the main reason of the problem. So now it will definitely create it. So I will pass 4 3 5 and then 9. So you can see that 4 plus 5 is 9, and then 3 plus 9 is 12. So that's how we can do operator overloading as non-member function. And if you want to display your object of s1 and s2, you can also use the same thing. So you can also do this. So here we go, 4 3 2 and this. So this is the operator overloaded values, and this was the value of first object and the second 5 and 8. And you can also, no need of writing prototype there, you can also, this program can also run simply by this, and we will simply always write this, so you can simply now debug the program and then this. So this was the simple thing. So thanks for watching my video. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and best of luck for your next time. Thank you.